Hello, my name is John Rose, and in this video I'd like to take a real quick look at antibiotics and why they give the illusion that they seem to work. Well, first of all, we have to understand a little bit more about our current medical system. They're intentionally misdirected because everything in our society of any significance has everything to do with our health. That's why nutritionists aren't experts. That's why there's so much confusion in the field of nutrition. That's why our current medical system are not our experts. That's why they have no success rate at all at solving our problems. And it's mainly because they aren't taught the concept of totality. They don't study the lymph system. So as a result, they really don't know the true cause of disease, and they're pretty much willing to accept anything that's thrown at them, including things such as most diseases are due to inappropriate signals. They believe in the germ theory of disease, the virus theory of disease, and at best these can be subsequent causes. As I mentioned the other day, dead genetic material known as viruses do bond to weak cells, and that can be a problem. But the real issue is, well, why do we have the dead cells, and why aren't we able to clean up this mess? And then what happens that doctors really don't understand is they don't understand that disease is a bodily process. It's not an entity that's being that is attacking us, like it's a germ or a microbe or something. And that and if it's not an entity, that means that it's a bodily process. And the body is trying to heal itself, it's trying to protect itself. That's why there are two short-term self-limited diseases and 4 long-term stages of disease. And you can look down below in some videos I did on this, Healing Secrets Revealed and Medicine is the Ultimate Tool of Control. Remember, everything in our society depends on us being sick, so doctors aren't experts. They don't know anything about what's going on. They blame germs and viruses and microbes, and they have no idea that these are consequences of not living properly. That bacteria are simply the janitors on this planet, and when we have what doctors call an infection, what we really have in almost every case is truly an inflammation. Now, I've mentioned this many times. I've even done a video on inflammation all by itself, and that is that inflammation has 5 main stages or symptoms of it, and it's clear what the body's trying to do is trying to heal itself. And what happens is when we have an inflammation, we see the bacteria at the scene of the crime because they're part of the cleanup crew. They're not bad guys. They're actually doing their job because we're not doing our job. So when we have an inflammation, it's not a bad thing. Just like fever, which is one of the symptoms of inflammation, is not a bad thing. The body is trying to heal itself. It's remedial in its process to heal itself. So what doctors do is they want to interfere with this process somehow. That's why they give us drugs that block and inhibit hormones and enzymes and receptor sites so that symptoms don't manifest. Now, antibiotics can do the same thing. It's a magic act. What we do is the body is injected with a poison. Antibiotic is against life, all life. It's not prejudice. It doesn't know how to differentiate a good cell from a bad cell. So when we're injected with a needle which bypasses our normal defense mechanisms, our number one mechanism, self-defense mechanism, our skin, when it bypasses that and goes straight into the system, the body freaks out going, oh my God, look what's happened. Someone injected us with this horrible thing that's going to kill everything. So what do we have to do when that happens? We have to stop doing what we were doing, which was going through an inflammation to help a certain group of cells, some tissue, deal with the lymph system backing up into it. Again, inflammation is the very first of the 4 long-term stages of disease. So when an organ has an inflammation, the body's trying to heal itself. The doctors go, oh my God, it's a germ, it's a microbe, here's an antibiotic. The body freaks out and goes, oh my God, we got to divert all of our attention to what we were doing, trying to heal this organ or whatever part of the body was invaded by our lymph system. That we got to divert all those energies and go after this antibiotic. So the symptoms disappear just like the enzymes or just like the blockers and inhibitors can give the illusion that the symptoms disappear, and voila, it's magic, but it's black magic. Anything that's used against us is black magic. Do a Google search on this and you'll find that that's exactly what that means. And I've referred to this in other videos. I've referred to this as black magic. What doctors do to us right now is black magic, and it comes right out of the Orwellian doublespeak or double talk. And that's where they say war is peace and poison is medicine. The fact that they're giving little children chemo is enough to make my blood boil, and I want to take a flame torch to somebody. Of course, I'm not going to do that, but I'm kind of taking that line from A Scent of a Woman. well, take a flame torch to this crowd, to this panel, whatever he was making reference to. But that's what I'm talking about. What are we doing? Giving battery acid to solve a problem that is basically an acid condition. Not the blood, but the lymph system. Again, this is the piece of the puzzle our current system doesn't know anything about. That's why disease is a mystery to our current system. They don't study the concept of totality. They don't know that if you have a problem with your eye, it might be related to your colon or your kidneys, and most importantly, your lymph system. And if that's happening, you got to go at the root cause. You got to stop doing the things that damage the organs that will keep the lymph system clean. You got to stop putting things in that further pollute the whole body. You got to clean the body up. And the best way to do this is to take a solid food vacation. Water fasting used to be the best preparation for a better way of life, but now there's too many environmental toxins, and some people have way too many in them, and then now that becomes an issue. I would imagine a lot of us could still deal with it okay, and it's much better than what we're doing. So a much better option, however, would be to modify that water fast, and that's what I've done. That's my specialty. I've done this for over 1,200 days in the last 24 years. I've coached thousands of people. I challenge anyone to understand this subject better than I do, because I documented everything I did as a scientist the whole time. I can tell you exactly what went in and what came out. And when you keep track of what comes out, that's truly what motivates you, because then you get to see with your own eyes and smell with your own nose the reason why we suffer so much as a species. I'm telling you, you got to smell this crap that comes out of you, and you won't believe how much you have. And if you want to know how to do it, go down into the description box, look for the seminar I gave, but watch the Dr. Roba interview right before that. He was on day 21 of this solid food vacation, and you're going to love to hear what he has to say about it. And then watch my 2-hour seminar. I'm only an educator. I don't sell any products. I'm not trying to get you to go there and then come back to me and I'll sell you whatever. That's not what I'm about. I want to reach the tipping point. I want you guys to do this and spread the information. And I guarantee you, when you do this, you're in for a treat.